Hi Leo, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Let's begin. Let's find out what Archangel Michael believes you need to know today. Okay, and please like and subscribe, and I hope you're doing well. What shall they know today? Soak. Soaks. That long-eared hair is soaking in a nice hot steamy bathtub by the looks of it. Well, it looks more like a barrel or cauldron, but yeah, soaking. Let's find out what soaking means. Wrong book. Here we go. Soak. Soak. No matter how cozy and crumb-lush it is, sometimes the only place to have a good soak is outdoors under the twilight lid. Twinkling lid. What? Yeah, the twinkling lid. I guess that's the stars. Rather than the cottage bathroom. Don't get me wrong, most nights I enjoy a bath inside, but then there are those nights when only a trip to my old oak guzwort barrel will do. And what a sastaculous barrel it is, too. A gift from my dear friend, Slivert Jutt, landlord of the Winchett Inn, who rolled it out from the village, and right through one wood before placing it under a sturdy tree at the edge of my garden. But Slivert, I told him at the time, I already have a bathroom. This isn't for any normal bath, he explained with a wink. This here barrel is for those times when what you need is a really sastaculous soak. He tapped the old wood twice. 'Tis a magic barrel, this one. Fills itself with the finest, most crumb-lush, warm, bubbling water whenever you need it. Ah, gosh, I said, impressed. How does it know? That's where the real magic lies, he replied. 'Tis for those times when you need to absorb all manner of things, soak up your surroundings and be nourished by them. 'Tis a soaker barrel, not a bath matlock. He says, 'tis a soaker barrel, not a bath matlock. He turned and waved goodbye. Next time you feel the need to soak in all the magic that's around you, it'll be ready, you mark my words. And with that he left, and truthfully I thought no more of it, 'cause I was in the hectic daily ritual of chores, potions, giving out healing bombs, and generally trying to be as magical and sastaculous as possible for all the creatures of Winchett Dale. But one night I felt quite exhausted, or jazz-papped, oh these words, as we would say, wondering if I even had the energy for a bath. And then I heard it crystal clear through an open window, the soaking barrel filling its bubbly waters calling me. Magical. And so I soaked in the moonlight, absorbing the silence and sounds of all that slept, hooted and skrittled beside me under a most sastaculous twinkling lid, letting them re-energize, balance, and feed me with the simple joy of being a small part in all of it. So now I take time to soak and ground myself in my surroundings as often as I need to, reconnecting with nature's wonders and mysteries. Some might call it an indulgence. I call it taking care of myself, to take care of others. I say that all the time, don't I? Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. However you bathe, make sure you take the time to occasionally really soak too. Know when to soak and nourish your soul in a tub, a library, nature, a person, place, or new experience. Very interesting. Okay, to soak in your surrounding, your environment, and whoever or whatever is in your environment. It's all your environment. Okay, so very good. Soaking it in to be able to get grounded and to relax. Soak. I take time to soak and ground myself. Yep. All right. Very good, Leo. Let's find out from the Major Arcana to add to this story that has just begun. The Chariot. Chariot is moving forward. Okay. Chariot's moving forward, progressing forward in a balanced manner, because you're grounded. You're grounded. Grounded means getting yourself clear and just knowing who you are and where you are and what you're doing. Being healed. The Fool. Wow. Okay, so 2 moving cards, definitely. The Chariot is about progressing forward in life in some way, in some manner. Being balanced. You know, you've got the white person here and one in the darker clothes there. And they're in the, I don't know, the caboose or whatever of a train. And then we have the Fool. We've got Alice in Wonderland going to take a leap of faith with their little her little dog or bunny there. Yeah. So taking a leap of faith, you know, taking a risk, making a move towards something that, whether you know what it is or you're just doing it, you know, moving forward sort of blindly, but in the flow where you're just doing what you need to do. There's a Ring card. All these cards, and this is the same card that came out in the last reading I did yesterday. Very interesting. Pardon me for my cat, Buddy. He likes to talk while I'm, because I just fed him, and I tell the story of how I fed him. I'm not sure if it was one of the 2 readings I did yesterday. Okay, 25, the Ring, and it's in the white number, so it's a lilac twilight number, which is more positive than the cherry twilight. And this is about, traditionally it's about promises, agreements, voluntary commitment. Voluntary commitment. Okay, engagement or marriage. I'm sure it doesn't mean what I'm thinking. So the lilac twilight number 25, it's betrothal, marriage promises, attachment, agreement, or on cooperation. Agreeing to cooperate. Okay, so we've got that. We've got taking the time to be able to soak in your environment, to just get yourself grounded, to basically take the time to realize what it is that your heart's desires right now. What direction do you want to go? What sort of thing do you want to pursue? What sort of person or relationship do you want to be in? Or whatever you're in right now, in what way would you like to see it improve? You know, progress forward, improve. So that the 2 of you, if 2 of you or you and your thing, whether it's a business you're in or you're at work or whatever, in what way can you take a risk even going further with that kind of thing, Leo? Leo, okay, let's find out more from the tarot. Because the Ring is a contract, it's an agreement, it's a commitment. So you are committed to something or someone. Maybe it's just your own well-being, just your own life if you're like single and just, you know, plodding along, enjoying being single. Let's see, Leo. We've got 3 of bricks. Okay, well, this is working with others. It's building a new foundation. As you can see, they're putting bricks together on the road, so it's going to be a yellow brick road, right? But they're building a road, a structure, a structure that can support movement. A structure that can support movement, or institution that can support movement. That's maybe what you're looking for. Let's see. I got my deck upside down. Yeah, I guess I just have it the wrong way. So Six of Cups is something that comes from the past. It could be that you've been with somebody for a long time. I'm getting the feeling that it's somebody that you've known for a while and may have been in a relationship with them, you know, already being you're in a relationship with them. Or that you want to move things forward, to be in a relationship with somebody that comes back from the past. But we shall see. The Six of Spears, so we have 2 sixes. That's all about love and family. But the Six of Swords, so that's moving from rough waters to calmer waters, taking whatever you've learned about your travels, your life, the hardships, the painful things and whatnot with you. So it's about emotional movement, going from whatever was troubling you, that you learned some lessons from, and you're going to move forward with all that information, all that wisdom behind you. Strength card, just facing your fears, facing your, because ego is the fears, facing your fears, taming your ego, taming your fears, putting them aside, putting them down, healing them, that kind of thing, and being courageous, not holding back from because of fear, of something, fear of something. We have the Three of Cups. This is having a joyous, time, maybe reuniting with somebody from the past, or just celebrating the two of you who have been together for a while, moving forward, like taking the relationship to the next level. The Magician, that's manifesting what your desires are, whatever make you happy, that from the time spent in realizing, getting yourself grounded to the point where you know what it is that you want. You feel it now, kind of in your bones. You feel it like this is it now. This is what's got to happen now, or at least I'm going to try and make it happen, right? This is what I want, and this is the direction I want to go with the relationship, with the business, with the work that you're doing. Maybe even in education, you might be realizing after taking the first 2 years or the first year of core classes at university, because excuse me, it's a 4-year program or whatever, and you're realizing now that the major, maybe you're really realizing the major that you've chosen to be in isn't quite what that really interests you, right? And now, because you've spent time in that environment, that educational environment where you are submersed, like the bathtub, you are submersed in all these different subjects that you have to take. And it's like, because you got to take math, you got to take English, you got to take history, you got to take biology, physics and chemistry, and you got to take all those types of core classes that are meant to help give you a touch of this, a touch of that, so that you will come to an understanding that if whatever major you're in right now, that is actually the major I want to be in. But it might be that you decide, because you've taken these different, it'd be sociology too, possibly, and psychology now, you might be saying, hey, that's sociology or that psychology class that I took, 101, right? I found that really interesting, very intriguing. So maybe I don't want to be a mathematician. Maybe I don't want to, go into the medical field of biology, right? Whatever area of medicine that you'd be going in, but because you're taking biology, something like that. You're just getting yourself grounded and immersed in whatever your environment is. And let's say you are with somebody, you live with them, and it just feels so natural, it feels good. And whether you have had a kid or are starting to have a kid, it just feels like we need to take this to the next level. And what the next level would be to get married if you're not married, right? This is committing to something. Same with the major. You're going to be able to have sat in your environment, soaked up all the different subject matter and information, and you can now, without a doubt, say, I want to be a psychologist, or something like that, right? We got the Seven of Cups, and that is all about, possibly being confused, fantasizing, because you have all these options. So you might be fantasizing about how things could be better, but it's like confusion. Maybe it's just about fantasy. It's like it might be there's too many things to think about. There's too many moving parts. It's a bit overwhelming, trying to consider all the different options or opportunities I have with this business project or my career path or my education path, which could be your would be your career path too eventually, but with this relationship as well, that I need to bring it out of fantasy world and into reality, which would be making that commitment. We got the Knight of Spears, so coming forward quickly, because when you know yourself, whenever you've come to a determination that this is what I want, it's like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Come hell or high water, there's nothing that's going to stop me now. This is what I want. I'm going for that. And other things might try and trip me up, and that's fine. So you get a little distracted or off track a little bit for a little while, and then you have a taste of whatever else that was that you're going after that distracted you or delayed you from going after what it was you thought you were going to go for. Well, it was just a distraction, but it was the chance for you to say, I know what I've tried that, I've tasted it. Just like when your parents say even if you don't like turnips, everything on your plate, you got a spoonful of it. That was my family, whether you liked it or not. And you had to at least try it before you would turn your nose up at it. And so it's the same thing. You're able to try it, and you tested the waters, and you said, yeah, I don't think that's really for me. So you're going to be coming forward with your truth, your sword, riding high with your sword, saying, this is my truth, and this is the direction I want to go. I'm ready to do it. And if that's taking your relationship to the next level, right? Where's the Queen of Cups here? Intuitively, and this is what this is about. It's about tapping into your intuition when you get grounded, right? And you want to move forward. You want to take this risk of changing things up a little bit by pressing forward on something. And they got the 10 of Cups, because you are you are the type of person who says, I love my stuff. I love my people. I love what I do for work. I love my program I'm in at school. I love the idea of being, having this just loving my life and knowing that I can love others, support others with compassion and caring and gentle ways, as a Queen of Cups would. Yeah, Queen of Cups would. So intuitively, Leo, that this is the direction you want to go, because it's something that you're going to just feel, you're going to feel good from the inside out, loved up from the inside out, because you're following your hearts, which is the Cups, emotions, your heart's desires. This is what you want to do. At least this is what you're thinking that it's going to do for you, okay? And then the 10 of Cups, of course, it's a happily ever after of being, moving towards something that you desire, whether it's, again, the business thing, the school thing, just anything that, your relationship, of course. But maybe you're thinking about having, I got kids, or I want to have kids, and then my kids are going to grow up, and I'm going to be a grandma, and then I might even be, depending on how young I am, I might even become a great-grandma. You can see the future that way. Happily ever after. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is like somebody is going to come forward. Knight of Wands. Wow. Knight of Wands. Wow. Okay, let's just keep going. Looks like we might have two people here. Ace of Bricks is Ace of Pentacles. That's an offer. Two of Spears is Two of Swords, having to make a decision. Justice, finding balance. Oh my God. And then you've got the King of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. Page of Swords. That's a new page, new beginning. That's a message. Okay. Well, guys, whatever it is, you're the Queen of Cups here. I feel that strongly, that you're the Queen of Cups. Again, you can be a man in the Queen of Cups, so you take it however it works for you. But the Knight of Cups can be a woman as well. It's not like it's a man. It has to be a man. Knight of Brooms or Knight of Wands. This might see you being, traveling or relocating, like emigrating somewhere to another state or to another country. All right? Yeah, and then we have the King of Pentacles right here, which is the one who commits. This is the big committer, this one right here. Besides the Emperor does everything else too. But this is its sole focus, is to commit. Heavy committer. And then, messages. So, let me see, Archangel Michael. I mean, this is pretty clear to me here. I'm just trying to make out what we got going on with the two knights. If it's the same person. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting the sense that he's saying it's the same person here. It's somebody that you're involved with. Again, it could be somebody at work, somebody at school, because it could be somebody who is going to help you plan your major path. Your major path. If you have questions, especially about the major you're in, so it's like the school advisor. Yeah, the school advisor, academic advisor that you have for your program. You might be talking to them and going over the things you like about your major, things you don't know about your major, things you want to know about your major, and whether or not, you talk to them about whether or not it's something that you feel like you would really want, 5 years from now. Well, let's say longer than that, because it could take you 3 or 4 years to finish school. Let's say, well, it could be 5 years. 5 to 10 years from now, from out, is that really where you could see yourself working in that kind of industry, that field, that major? So this would be like an academic advisor for you, who is going to be able to come forward and help you feel better about your educational pursuits, your decisions making, okay? Because they're going to kind of counsel you too at the same time. Like I said, you're going to be able to talk to them about how you would feel about 5 to 10 years out after finishing school and working in that particular industry. Like I said, if you went into biology, but you took a sociology or psychology class, and that's something that really intrigued you, you really enjoyed that course, and you did well on the exams and all the homework assignments you had to do, stuff, writing papers, whatever. So you want to maybe talk to your academic, and it could be the school counselor as well. Okay, you could be talking to the school counselor, because most universities and colleges, they have school counselors right on, and your tuition helps pay for that. Okay, so you go see the school counselor and or the academic advisor, and you get your needs, your emotional needs discussed, brought up, and looked at, and said, what do I really need that's going to make, what I see, it's going to make me happy. Of course, making lots of money, yeah, of course, but in the long term, if you're going to do this for the next 30 years of your life, it might be something that it has something more to do with feeling meaningful, rewarding, that kind of thing, work. And the Knight of Brooms would just be, having you move from one major to another, or it's about you finding the ability to anchor your responsibility to one major. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can have more than one major at a time, but anchor your responsibility, your focus, to a major. If you're not into biology and you think maybe sociology, just really say, I'm going to get you to switch my major to sociology now. Maybe I'll take my major as sociology and my minor as biology. That sort of thing. So you're going to be making a decision. This could also mean relocation as well as the Knight of Wands can. But making a decision to change whatever is going on. It's an offer. It's a big offer. An offer, you might be making an offer to your guy or girl and saying, let's take our relationship to the next level. Why don't we get married? I mean, we've been together for such a long time already. Why don't we just get married? let's do that, and let's maybe, let's buy a house together because we're married. We'll be able to put our names on the mortgage paper, both of us. But the divine is saying that there's a need for a decision to be made because you are feeling that there's things that aren't as good as they could be. With justice. Justice could be that maybe the world treats you a little differently. And I know that happens when people aren't married and they want to... I know a couple, just because, I know a couple who moved from Canada to the United States. Well, we did too, right? But I was married. I was married when we moved, so the transition was fairly easy. For them, it was not so easy. They weren't married. But they'd been together for a long time and already had 2 kids, like 9 and 10-year-old kids kind of thing. So the transition for them wasn't quite as easy. And so you might be feeling as though justice is just not there. You're not being treated as fairly as anyone else who's married is being treated. What's the difference? We've been together for a long period of time. We have committed to each other, and we have these 2 kids to show that we're committed to each other. But it was just the way the rules and laws were, that things had to be done differently for them because they weren't planning on getting married either. So it's about finding some balance, finding some a way to move forward in such a way that it's going to be as beneficial and fruitful to you as possible. With the Justice card. Fair, right? Fair and meaningful. Fair and important. Meaningful. That business partner, same thing. It's got to be something that is above board and something that's going to help business grow. With the education, same thing. You want to make sure that whatever you're going to take as a major and all the courses you got to take for are going to be something that is going to throw you into the energy or put you in the energy of feeling that you've got this. This is just. This is just what I need. This is just what I'm going to enjoy doing in the future. It's just. Okay? And so you've got this King of Pentacles. So somebody is going to be helping you to make that commitment. I'm going to go along with it. So if it's a relationship, Leo, it's somebody that if you were to say to them, your long-term partner, this is them, you say, let's get married, and they say, okay. And if it's a business partner, again, it's somebody who is going to look at the financial side of the business and have a look at it and see if it's plausible to be able to take your business idea or just your business, expanding it in some way to the next level. And they're going to say, okay, let's have a look at this. If it's education, it's going to be somebody who is going to be able to, like your, it could be like somebody of a professor, right? A professor or a thesis advisor once you get into your master's program. That's the direction you're going to go. But it's going to be somebody that's grounded in the whole educational system, right? They're academically grounded, so they know their stuff and they know their subject matter. So if you want to talk to a sociologist, somebody who's already worked as a sociologist or just has been very well educated and trained in it, or a psychologist, this is somebody that you're going to be able to talk to, kind of like a mentor, but you're going to be able to talk to them and say, what are the courses like? What are the courses like? Is it something that, whatever. You're going to be able to talk to them about whatever it is that you would like to know about getting a major. Biology, not a biology, pardon me, it could be if that's what you want, but bachelor degree on going forward into a master degree, because nowadays a bachelor isn't enough, and it's almost gotten to the point where a master's degree is not good enough either, because there's so many people educated now that there weren't before. So there's that many more people vying for the same job position. that there was ever before. So a master's degree was a really good direction to go if you wanted to be one of very few applicants, right? But now it's one of a lot of applicants. So it's kind of almost you have to go to a doctoral degree. So here we got, you're going to be getting some information, you're going to be hearing from somebody, you're going to be receiving a message from somebody who is going to be looking at the situation and coming to you and say, okay, well, let's have a look at this. All right, so let's have a look at this. There's nothing here right now that says it's definitely going to go that direction. You can manifest it, definitely. You can be happy about celebrating that this is a really great idea that you come up with and that you feel like you're going to love it. So you might go out with the girls and party saying, yeah, I think we're I'm going to say to my boyfriend, my partner, we should get married. Yeah, you girls well, that's any reason to go out and have a few drinks together, right? So party, hardy. But it's good. It's like you're going to go forward in your truth. You're going to realize what's not for you and what is for you. And then you're going to, anticipate, feel like what it's going to feel like to be in that position as a wife, or as again, it could be you're a man, you'd be the husband in the Queen of Cups energy, but as somebody in psychology, a psychology major, working in psychology in the future, in the business, knowing that you're adding another product line or you're expanding your business. You got one shop here and you're going to put another shop across town, kind of thing. So, Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands is the one person that's going to be assisting you. All right, and it could be the King of Pentacles that's going to be assisting you in the sense that as your lover, right, your partner, they're going to say, hey, can I get down on bended knee and give you an engagement ring? And let's just take this to the next level with the King of Wands. Let's be responsible and take this to the next level and give our kids my last name. Well, not that they don't have it already, but just that the fact that their parents are married. Okay, I want to find out, what did I want to find out? Oh God. What was it? Oh yeah, I wanted to find out, sorry guys, what's the word from whoever the King of Pentacles is in your life, as I've already given you ideas, what they're going to say to your offer. The Ace of Pentacles. You're giving them an offer that they have to make a decision about. And to them, it's got to be just. There's got to be a good reason for why what you're offering is going to be plausible, is going to be beneficial, it's going to be meaningful to you, it's going to this, that, and the other thing, okay? So Archangel Michael, what is the King of Pentacles saying? The Tower. Wow. The Tower, this one wants to come out, and Temperance. Okay. Tower and Temperance, and the King of Brooms, which is the King of Wands. Okay. So this is what I got, guys, Leo. I have to say that the Tower is like, not right now, but we will. Not right now, but we will. Okay, and that's going to be a Tower moment for you. I have to be honest. It will be a Tower moment for you. Not right now, but we will. So you kind of have to rein your energy back in again. You know exactly what you want. So that doesn't mean you have to stick with the partner you have unless you're really, really committed, of course, right? And you couldn't imagine being with anyone else. But the opportunity is there, you see. If this person doesn't want to get married to you, maybe there will be somebody in your future moving forward that does want to get married because you feel like you want to become a spouse to somebody. Okay? You want to be committed to them. And Temperance is saying, let's find some, just some balance first in our time, energy, and, with the company, that we have enough time and energy and finances to go forward successfully, that the chance of failure is so small compared to succeeding if we just, wait it out a little bit longer. And then the King of Brooms and then we'll take action. King of Wands, then we'll take action. Then we'll take charge. Then we'll lead forward. We'll go for it. With the relationship, it's like there's just some things that we need to get, put all our ducks lined up in a row in some way. I need to feel like my job is stable, let's just say, especially if you want to get married and buy a house. But your partner might be saying, I need to get my job to be stable. I've only just been working for 3 months and I'd like to at least be there a year before we do something like that. Or it might be your job, that your work that you're doing, or that you're going to school. Maybe you're going to school and you want to get married now because you know you're going to be graduating, and then you're going to go out and start working and earning that second income. But your partner, the King of Pentacles, is saying, with the Page of Swords, his message is that why don't you wait until at least you've got your bachelor degree under you, or if you already have bachelor and you're going for a master's, they'd be saying, why don't you wait until you've finished your master's, or at least 6 months before let's say by the time you're in your last semester, let's do it then. You don't have to wait until you're actually graduated, but the last semester of your program, let's do it then. Just some ideas of what their message might be about this. So Temperance is just kind of like holding back a bit, kind of just soaking up the sunshine and breathing the air kind of thing. Just soak. I just said soak. How did I say that? Okay, soaking up the sunshine, breathing the air. Well, in the case, take some more bath time. Get yourself more grounded. And the Temperance is, let's just heal whatever needs to be healed. Let's take care of whatever should be taken care of first, which will help see us to minimize the failure moving forward, like your relationship, right? Because money struggles possibly, and other things, kids, whatever, that you don't necessarily need that if you're in school right now and trying to work, or just working right now, and somebody needs to be working a little bit longer before they could be considered for a mortgage. Something like that, or just they want to work a little bit longer just so that they know where they're at with their job, that they're going to stay at their job so that they can be responsible for paying a mortgage over the next 25 years. But that's they are saying then we will take charge. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? And that's where you would have your response. So what do you think about that? That's what you would want to consider after listening to this video, because it's going to be a Tower moment, not maybe for everybody, but I would say for all Leos that are watching this, it's going to be a Tower moment where whatever plans you'd like to have moving forward with whatever area of life you're talking about, it's going to have a bit of a delay. More of a delay than the Seven of Cups thing, because your person, the King of Pentacles, how he fits in your life, in your story, is going to put the brakes on for now. But it's not like a forever thing. He's just going to ask you to wait a little bit until this happens or that happens. Okay? Hope that was helpful. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.